This is how we do it.
What's your open experience?
This, now, I'm just getting, this is you and I are the perfect people to talk about this crypto collapse.
Scientists.
Oh, we have
Economists.
Yes. We have strong opinions and no information. This is a great combination when you're dealing with the fact that people have lost billions and billions of dollars. But so Jamie's been filling me in on this.
And he also is an economist.
Yeah, I don't not
Jamie is our go-to expert
I'll
on this,
just find interesting links and say, hey, check this out.
which is fine.
Yeah.
That's journalism.
Yeah.
And as a journalist, what's your conclusion? It seems like, well, here's the thing. If you're running any kind of currency operation and you're involved in a polyamorous relationship with 7 other people, I gotta think you're wacky. 9 other people? 10 other people. What do? They just were polyamorous, living in a house
They
together?
all live together in the same place, the Bahamas.
And they all just bang each other.
So wait, set this up because you're kind of starting in the middle. What are we talking about here?
Fun. Talking about a lot of fun in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
With billions of dollars, other people's money.
Is-
Whoop, whoop.
Some call that a tax haven.
Tax haven.
Yeah.
So this fella was running this exchange, and they also had tokens. Someone explained it. Someone did a really good job of explaining it. And we could play that video, but it might take too much time. It's like a 12-minute video. But he was explaining how these tokens are like, they're essentially unregulated, but it's almost like you're owning stock, and or almost like owning coin. It's very confusing, but it's one of those classic examples of people try to cash in, and then the whole thing came down.
Yeah, the term Ponzi scheme has been thrown around
Yeah.
quite a lot.
Well, there's not just that. There seems to be money missing, like a lot of money missing, that got moved from one corporation to a sister corporation.
So this is FTX, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And apparently they reached out to Coinbase. I read that they reached out to Coinbase, and Coinbase is like, we can't help you. This looks bad. Like, what's going on over here? And then now it's sort of imminently collapsing, and tons of people have invested tons of money over there. They don't know what the fuck is going on. People are trying to pull their money out by buying NFTs for ridiculous amounts of money in the Bahamas, because apparently people in the Bahamas still have access to the thing, to the exchange. Is that the case?
Yep. Then they would imagine that they were reaching out to the person and buying this NFT that would have yesterday been worth $9 and now it's about like 10 million.
Right.
To then make like a currency exchange, like you can keep 10% of that. But
So they jack up the value of it.
Right.
Right.
So they basically say, look, I'm going to buy your NFT for $10 million. I'm going to give you $1 million, and then you give me the 9 back. And so that's how they're exchanging money and trying to just draw it out of this account.
Right.
And who knows how that's going to work out?
Right.
Whether people are going to be like, fuck you, I got your money. You're like,
Right.
how's that work?
Right.
But all of it is run by this guy who they were in the middle of profiling him. Who sent me this?
I did. Michael Lewis is the guy's name. He's the writer of like Moneyball and Big Short, many books.
And so he was in the middle of profiling this guy when everything collapsed, which is wild.
Right.
Wild.
That is very wild.
Wild.
Yeah.
Like, what are the odds that that happens at the exact same time? Because this guy was this wonder kid who had developed this thing, was worth $15 billion. And was like wearing pajamas and shit, like one of those like eccentric cats.
Didn't all of crypto kind of take a big, massive hit, though?
I think all of crypto did take a big, massive hit, but I think this is a lot crazier than that.
Right.
This isn't just that, like, crypto took a hit, everybody's business is fucked. This is like shenanigans. Like some high-level, like serious shenanigans. The most generous billionaire. Yeah.
That's part of it. So there's like, yeah, this has been unfolding like in real time on Twitter, which has been an interesting place to be for the last few weeks. But this guy apparently during this used a PR, I don't know if this is a scheme, but a YouTuber was paid to make this piece about him, the way he gives away money, which adds to.
Well, they want people to know. Well, they want people to know he's a good guy, right? He reached out to Elon apparently while Elon was buying Twitter and offered to chip in $3 billion. And Elon said that set his bullshit meter off. Because like Elon's a serious dude. He's like, this guy's $3 million liquid, or $1 billion rather, $3 billion liquid. Like, does he have that money?
Right.
That's a lot of money.
Right.
Say like we're gonna buy Twitter for 44. I'm in for 3.
Right.
$3 billion?
Right.
That's a crazy amount of money.
Yeah.
And so Elon said that set his bullshit meter off.
Right. Because like, what? Where did he get the $3 billion?
Yeah. You can just see that for that guy.
Right.
He's like, oh, cool. He's not gonna just say, oh, cool. He's gonna know basically what you can and can't. He's the richest guy in the world. He understands money.
Right. And he knows who really has that money and who may be laundering.
Well, who might be just kind of a crazy person who, probably can't believe he's in where he's at.
Find stories about him before. He was like the world's youngest billionaire, super fast.
World richest person under 30 committed billions, the vast majority of his fortune, to tackling the most pressing problems facing the future of humanity.
Where did
That's
he
nice.
get his money though?
Click on that. What are those most pressing problems? Click on that link. What is that link up there?
This is something
Oh, it's on Reddit. Interesting.
Like I understand where Elon made his money.
I think, like all things, he's probably not all bad. It just didn't work out the way he thought it was going to, and it was for so long. And he probably thought he could get away with doing what he was doing. And he probably also thought he was doing good. So if he really is like super charitable, he probably also thought that he was way smarter than he was, right? Because he's under 30 and he's a billionaire already. He probably thinks he's the fucking shit. Could you imagine if you were worth $15 billion and you were 28? You would think you're the shit. You would think you could do whatever. And also, you're banging 9 people in the house together.
Yeah, I'd be doing bad stuff. That's too much money for a 20-something-year-old.
You're not playing by any rules, anybody's rules. Fuck off.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give my money away to everybody. And I'm also going to move $10 billion over here.
You're close to 340%.
Okay, cryptocurrency billionaire broke the bank for Dems. Okay, so this might be real. So amid the jubilation and gloating by Joe Biden, Chuck Schumer, and pals over Democrats' better-than-expected showing in the midterms comes a disturbing story that may explain something about how they won such a curious election. Biden's second biggest donor, cryptocurrency billionaire Wunderkind, Sam Bankman-Fried, is it Fried or Fried?
Yeah.
Sam Bankman-Fried, aka SBF, I like that, saw his business file for bankruptcy days after the election, but not before pumping $40 million into the Democratic Party to spend on get out the vote and other shadowy ballot harvesting mechanics for the midterms. The shambolic, that's a new word. What's that mean?
Oh no.
What does that mean? Sorry, what does it mean? You should know. Don't confuse me. Shaman-like? What do you mean? Shambolic. Maybe shaman-like.
Chaotic.
Chaotic, disorganized, mismatched. Oh, I'll say, yeah, definitely. Shambolic, it's a new word. 30-year-old whiz kid, once said to have been worth $16 billion, had spent $10 million in helping get Biden elected in 2020. SBF's mother, Stanford law professor Barbara Fried, also the co-founder of left-wing political action committee Mind the Gap, which has raised a reported $140 million to help Democrats win elections through the same get-out-the-vote grift. A more unlikely billionaire you could not find, and of course his money was built on thin air. A math genius with poor social skills, SBF reportedly lived in a polycule, a polyamorous relationship with multiple people in a luxury penthouse with about 10 co-workers in a tax haven in the Bahamas, where his collapsed crypto exchange FTX was there. This is bad. This is sad. It's crazy that. Got to where he was. Initially found that we're seeing outward that between 1 million and 2 million
Exploring, looting, and securing intel will open access to missions and targets. Expect resistance from local forces Set a drop point for your squad, soldier.
Completing contracts earns you cash to buy gear and upgrades.